Thank you.
Back on the bike. What was the first feeling on the bike when you got on the bike and rode a few laps?
Yeah, of course the first feeling was nice, but you know, sometimes it's quite difficult because you go out after a long time and the first impression, these bikes are too fast. I mean, are really fast. And it's true that that in the first run I was like a little bit in shock, but then step by step I get used with the speed, I get used with the bike, and yeah, still long way to go with the arm. I feel like the position is more natural. This is important, but still the muscles didn't work in a best way. So yeah, still a long way to go to be free on the, or to feel free on the bike.
I spoke to James Towson about you when I was in Most, and he said that the main problem that you're gonna have is the endurance. How
Yes.
do you feel? This is the main thing that's bothering right now?
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, the speed and the feeling with the bike is there. I mean, in 3 months you don't forget to ride a bike. But it's true that now, for that reason, when they ask to me when you will race, I don't know. I mean, because one thing is that test day that you are alone, you are doing 4 laps, stop 4 laps, and then the endurance. The endurance is where I'm struggling more. For that reason, today I did only 40 laps, and tomorrow I will try to do more laps, and let's see. But we know that we need kilometers on the bike to arrive on a good target for the endurance.
Is there a plan for you to ride tomorrow? Because we saw you testing new aero package, and Stefan is using the aluminium swing arm. What's the deal for tomorrow?
Yeah. The plan of tomorrow is try to ride. Of course, we stop in the midday today for ride tomorrow, and yeah, I mean, today I tried the aerodynamics items, aero package, and tomorrow maybe I will retry again, because okay, I'm not so bad, the lap times are not bad, but still I don't have that special feeling with the bike, and tomorrow maybe I will retry again, and then depends how is my body, my conditions, I will concentrate in one way or another way.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And today, yes, you say it was not a long day of testing. We only ride in the morning because we didn't have enough new parts to try. So we tested some new items, we make some back-to-backs with the old pieces, and I'm quite happy because what we choose during the season, that it's not easy to choose new parts during the races. We confirm that we have a good package, no? So nothing more, looking forward to Aragon. It's a track that I really like, and yeah, ready.
This was not all 3 bikes new. One was standard, one was chassis to test, and one was a new prototype for 2023. Everything was working quite well. We didn't test many things, but we made a lot of time back to back to see how was the reaction, and everything is quite okay, but it's more looking for the future than the present.
How was the new engine? Because that's probably what's most interesting for you, not to look down on the time of the speed sheets or look up.
Yes, was pretty good. Pretty happy about that. I think they made the first step is good. I think we can make a good step for next year, considering that is only the first step. So looking forward for the future.
And what's the plan for tomorrow?
I don't know yet. We finished quite earlier today. We will have the meeting later in the afternoon. I know I will have to make quite a lot of laps with a new aerodynamic package. And I think I will have not so many things to test tomorrow apart of that. So yeah, let's see exactly what is the planning in the afternoon.
You were saying that you are willing to have Mark back to fight with Ducatis. Are you happy with Mark's what he's showing today?
Well, I don't need to be happy. I mean, it's just good and positive for him that you know, for him is great to be back, and at the end I think he's pretty happy about what he's done.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Nice to see you
How
too.
is the hand? Because
Yeah,
you gave us some scare.
yeah, it's getting better. After the crash, I was not really worried because I had not so much. I could not move so much, but the pain was not big, so I was not thinking everything was broken. But the problem comes in Monday morning, when I wake up in the morning it was very inflated, and even putting ice, I could not move, and I was worried to do the test or not, and I went to do a medical check in Misano. I make a resonance on my hand, on my wrist. I spent all the morning just to figure it out what's going on, and finally they said I had a small edema on the bone and around the bone. So, you know, I did not so many laps today to try to prevent for tomorrow and see how I wake up tomorrow, and if I can keep testing. But it's important to be on the bike in these moments.
You're gonna be on the bike tomorrow?
I hope so. I need to wait till the morning. I did not many laps just to try to prevent of the injury get higher for tomorrow morning, and you know, just see what's going on, how I took the night, and how I spent the morning tomorrow, and see if I can make more laps.
Were you able to test some new items, the Euro package that Marcos was also trying?
No, I'm just focused about figuring out what have changed from Qatar, you know, which is the problem, which is the real problem, why we are not fast enough, and why everything has bent so much since Qatar. Seems that we have seen some problems that we didn't figure it out. They were so big when we changed it, but you know, it's just a matter of learning, and this process took time, but you know, we have time to spend here in the test.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It was a great race on Sunday. Today is a test day. The captain was pretty silent about the stuff that they are bringing. So what were you testing and how were you feeling during the test?
Yeah, my feel today was good. I'm stay fast from the start, and I bring very early the confidence with the bike. And after I've tried some different setup on the bike, nothing of strange, but have helped me a little bit, especially in the last run. I make my fastest lap with 27 laps on the tire, and this is a good information and a good lap for me for the future.
Gigi was very silent about the new stuff that Ducati is trying, but we saw today some device on the front, on the clutch lever. Are you going to test it?
I haven't tested.
Martin had it. Are you going to test it tomorrow? You don't know.
No, me, I don't have testing this.
Okay.
Not.
All right. Yeah, so see you tomorrow and have fun tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you smiling because the last few races were really great. And how was the test? Because I think you had a lot of stuff to test.
Yeah, the test has been very productive and positive. Honestly, we collect a lot of information, and I feel we made the step we needed to do, because I feel I missed something on the race, and especially it was about going more comfortable on the bike, and today we improved that a lot. So I'm very encouraged and very motivated to be in Aragon and to keep pushing.
Yeah, what were the parts that you were able to test here today?
Actually, I try a little bit different positions on the bike, trying to get more comfortable on it, and then I try a little bit different new items on the bike, and I try also some different strategies on the electronic. As I said, now we need to collect the information, but the day was very productive, and for us it's fantastic. I mean, we will do a step.
Is Aprilia listening to your comments?
Of course.
Alex said that, it's good because he's not the only one who can ride the bike fast.
Of course they are listening, and the next year bike is going to be very fast.
And what's the plan for tomorrow?
Well, the plan for tomorrow is trying to get more comfortable on the bike, trying to work a lot with the electronics, especially for the second part of the race. And then I would like to find a better setting in the front suspension. Mm-hmm. So it's actually our main focus.
Is it for braking or just?
Yeah, it's the second part of the braking. You know, the first part I'm quite fast, but in the second one sometimes I feel I'm a bit too soft in the front. So tomorrow we're gonna try different settings to see if we can improve it, because I feel I'm very close to the win, and you know, we are pushing very hard for it.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, good to see you. How was the test? Because you were testing all the stuff, a lot of laps. So what was the idea for today?
Has been a long and tough day, but really productive. I mean, in the morning I was focused on trying some configurations that allowed us to be a little bit more fast, because I struggled a little bit during the weekend, and then in the afternoon we were more focused in trying some parts from the 23 bike, about the dynamics, about the chassis, some configurations. So overall it has been a long day but productive.
Were you surprised by Maverick's going up, and all these late results are amazing. So it proves that your job during the last years was the right one.
Yeah, I knew that as soon as he started to understand more and more the bike, he will be more and more fast. So I'm happy also because it means that we did a good job with the bike during the last years. It means that it's a competitive bike. I'm not the only one who can ride fast the Aprilia. So this is very positive.
So what do you need to get back to the fight for the championship? Because last races were not perfect for you. So are there any items in the bike that you can use in Aragon and Asian rounds?
No, not really. Nothing that we try during the test. I think will be on the bike for the next races. Last circuits I struggle a little bit, but I think that the next circuits coming I'll be a little bit more competitive. I will have to risk a little bit more, trying to fight again for the podiums if I want to have some options on the title chances. So let's see if in Aragon I can be back.
And what's the plan for tomorrow?
It's still a long day tomorrow coming because we have a lot of things to try, a lot of upgrades on the bike for 23. So it's going to be a tough day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Good to see you. It's not an easy season for you, taking it lightly. So, but the last weekend was okay after the race. How are you feeling here? Because here it's your hometown, so home place.
Yes, I feel we are getting better. We are on an upwards spiral, and this is very encouraging and very positive. We need to keep going. We need to keep improving because there is still room to improve. There is still margin, but we definitely are on the right way. Let's see in the other tracks also how my performance is going to be. I hope that I'm going to bring the improvements that I did here, also in Austria and also in Silverstone. I hope that I'm going to bring them in Aragon and then in the overseas.
Is still the braking the biggest issue for you?
We improved. We improved quite a lot. We were able to, thanks to the team, we were able to improve quite a lot on that area. So I'm not too concerned anymore about the braking.
A lot of viewers were asking whether you are right with the leg after the operation, whether it's also an issue for you, just even mentally issue that if you crash you may have a problem with the knee. So is it a problem still, or you feel alright on the bike?
My knee is more stable than a normal knee. The operation that I did is an operation that professional footballers do. So I'm not afraid about that anymore. My knee is really stable and steady. For sure, to come back from that injury, the healing process was very, very slow. This is true, and for sure, the injury plus the team changing plus the bike changing, many things changed. So this might have got me a little bit dizzy for sure, but I think we're getting back at it.
And the plan for tomorrow?
We will have some other engines to go through, and we will have to try some other things. It's going to be an interesting day also tomorrow.
Michael, first of all, congrats on the race.
Thank you.
Amazing. And long day, a lot of laps today.
Yeah,
What were you testing? Because it looked like you had a few items to do.
Yeah, we had to try a lot of things, and I'm quite happy with everything because more or less everything had clear things, clear understanding if it was better or not. So when you work like this, everything is more clear, and I like it. For sure, we have to consider better in other tracks because in this track it's very easy to think that something is okay, but then just because the grip in this track is incredible, so all the things we have tried, for sure we have to try more in a future test. But in any case, I'm quite happy with everything.
Can you be more specific what you tested? The frame, engine, because we also saw something on bikes of Zarco and Martin in the clutch lever.
Yeah, for sure. Having a lot of riders is great because like this you can let try different things, many items to all the riders. And in my case, I tried aero package, different aero package, and a new a chassis that a different chassis just to understand the way to work for the next year with the chassis.
And what's the looking at the season, looking at how it's going? What is your main request for next year? What would you like to change in the bike? Lately, it was turning, and
It's still the same, because also this chassis is the same from 2020. So we did an enormous step in front with it, but for sure we still have some margin on the corner speed and on let turn the bike, because now we are more close to the Yamaha, but Aprilia and Yamaha are incredible still there. So is the only thing remaining a problem in this moment.
Okay, thank you. Jack, a lot of stuff to do today, a lot of things to try, because I saw you looking at the Becker's bike, looking around. So how was the test for you?
I tried some setup things, nothing new for me, obviously, for normal reasons. So yeah, just spun some laps, tried some really strange sort of setup ideas, and that was about it. Nothing really. I mean, I had a small crash simply because we were very far out there with the setup, but no, nonetheless, just spinning some laps.
Looking at your story with Ducati, how would you sum it up? Because it's getting to the end of this chapter of your racing career. So.
Oh, it's been good. You know, we've had a successful run, for sure. We would have wanted more, but it is what it is. You know, I'm very fortunate to be in the position I am, and to have the history I have with the brand, and looking forward to the future.
And a few races coming up, including Three Highlands, one of the best tracks for you. I mean, proudly because of the fans that hopefully will be there in full.
For sure. Yeah, looking forward to the overseas. Aragon also, track I like. But yeah, the overseas, Thailand, Japan, Australia of course, and then Malaysia. So we've got some good tracks coming up on the calendar, and hoping we can pull few more podiums out before we finish up our chapter here.
Hopefully we're gonna see Shui in Australia.
That's the plan.
Good luck, thanks.
Thank you.
Cześć.
Cześć.
Shall we do the interview in Polish or not?
No, it's too difficult for now. Wait, maybe next year.
Luca, first day of the test. Anything new that you were testing, or just the setup and settings of the bike?
Unfortunately, nothing special. We didn't have many things or new stuff from Ducati. Anyway, I think that everything that we tried about the setting, especially in the morning, it worked really well. My pace and my confidence with the bike is improved. So I think that today I was faster compared to Sunday race, and if there is another race tomorrow, I can be faster for sure in my pace. So I'm satisfied about this. Now we need to understand what we can keep for Aragon and what we need to work on, because Aragon is a completely different track. And that's it, but a positive day.
The last two races were amazing, fourth places. What was the change? Was it the change in your mind, or the settings of the bike that allowed you to be there in front and fight?
I think that Austria and Misano are two tracks that is really important braking late and braking hard. And in this year we worked a lot on this area, and I'm improved a lot every race on braking. Also the bike is more for braking area. So in these two tracks everything works really well. That's it. I think it's just setting. It's just setup of the bike, because every time the rider is fast, but it's important the confidence and the feeling that you have when you ride the bike. So during the year we grow up. Every step by step, every race we improve something. We understand something more. We learn from our mistakes, and then the next race we were a little bit stronger, in my opinion. So this is part of the job that started at the beginning of the season.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Alex, good to see you. So today's test, not a lot of stuff, I guess, to test.
Zero.
Zero.
Yeah,
so
just we are not in the plan, so we made the LCR plan. I mean, just to try to be we have some things to try it and just to try to improve a little bit our package. I will say it. I mean, we were just trying to try some small things about the stiffness and I think possibilities that we have, and to not try during a Grand Prix, because I mean then you can go in a panic side or this, or you can lose the feeling. So it's better to do it in a test and don't try again on the Grand Prix from here to the last.
Right, the colors next year. And what's your feeling? What's your feeling looking at Anel, looking at Fabio,
I mean, I will not lie. Every time that I see the list, I'm happy, you know, to see the Ducatis on the top and see that will be my next bike, you know, my next year bike. So, I mean, something impressive what they are doing. Also, the riders. It's not just the bike. The riders are doing a really great job. Enea, Pecco, and all this. Also, Dija is coming fast. So, I mean, yeah, will be a good challenge for me, and I will try to give my 100%.
Were you a happy brother today in the morning when you saw Mark getting on the bike and being a bit nervous and uncertain what's going to happen?
Yeah, I see this morning he was more nervous than normal, something that is completely, that I can understand completely, because, you know, many months after a big injury and all this. He was fast from the beginning, something that I have zero question mark, because I know how he worked at home, how he was his test with the CBR. So a little bit inconstant, and something normal when it's the first day after a lot of months, but he was really fast, and this will be good if he can ride on the Grand Prix, will be good for the other riders to put the level a little bit higher.
Just one more question, because there was the news, I mean, right after Austria, I guess, about Emilio, that you are splitting ways with Emilio. How it's going to change your world and Mark's world to work with the guy from Red Bull, who's been with Red Bull for 12 years. How do you feel about this?
No, I mean, when we decided to make it was because the relation with Emilio was already a lot of years, and this year always create like a like a friction during all the past 2-3 years. The relation was not like need to be the flow and all this, so we decided to change it. I mean, for us, will not change nothing, because in the end the target is the same: is to be fast on track and to be able to win races and to win titles. So this is the main target, and later on, for sure, maybe Jaime he came from another side, so he knows better about the sponsors and all this, and maybe he can improve also that side. Thank you.